It was a crisp autumn morning when Mia first saw him. Ethan Montgomery, the senior everyone whispered about. He wasn't just the handsome captain of the football team or the star of every school play. He was the boy who wore a faded hoodie every day, never flaunting his wealth, always acting like he was invisible. Mia had seen him in the halls countless times. He never spoke much, never sought attention, but something about him made her heart skip a beat every time he passed by. He had that quiet, mysterious aura that made every girl in the school dream of being close to him. Except for Mia, it was more than just a silly crush. It was something deeper, something she couldn't explain. One chilly afternoon, Mia found herself standing alone in the school library, skimming through a book. She was the kind of girl who kept to herself, quiet, shy, always buried in her thoughts. When the door creaked open, her breath caught in her throat. Ethan walked in, his usual oversized hoodie hanging from his frame, his hands stuffed in the pockets. "Hey," he said, his voice surprisingly soft. Mia looked up, startled. "Oh, hey," she stammered, feeling the blush creeping up her neck. Ethan smiled, a small, almost imperceptible smile that made her heart flutter. He sat across from her, pulling out a notebook and a pen. "I'm sorry if I'm interrupting. I just need a quiet place to work." "No problem," Mia replied, her mind racing. What was he doing here? Why was he sitting so close to her? They sat in silence for a few minutes, but Mia couldn't help but steal glances at him. Every time she looked at him, she found herself wondering, why did he always act so poor? Ethan, despite being one of the wealthiest students in the school, always seemed to go out of his way to appear just like everyone else. His clothes were cheap, his shoes worn out, and he never wore the designer labels like the other rich kids. He didn't even drive a fancy car. He walked to school every day. As days went on, Mia's fascination with Ethan deepened. She would notice little things, like how he ate lunch alone in the cafeteria, how he never asked for any special treatment, how he always helped out in charity events. It didn't make sense. Ethan could have anything he wanted, but he chose to live as if he had nothing. One Friday night, the school held a homecoming dance. Mia wasn't planning on going. She was the kind of girl who preferred staying in with a book rather than attending parties. But something urged her to go that night, something she couldn't quite explain. As she walked into the gymnasium, the lights glimmering, the music pulsing, her eyes immediately landed on Ethan. He was standing by the punch bowl, his usual hoodie replaced by a simple button-up shirt, his hair messily styled. He looked different, but still, there was that air of mystery about him. Mia walked toward him, her heart pounding in her chest. She opened her mouth to say something, but no words came out. Ethan looked up and met her gaze, and for a moment the world seemed to stop. "Mia," he said softly, his voice barely above a whisper. I need to tell you something." Her pulse raced. Was he going to confess something? Her mind spun with possibilities. Ethan took a deep breath, his eyes avoiding hers for a moment. "I'm not who you think I am." Mia furrowed her brow, confused. "What do you mean?" "I'm not poor," he said, his voice filled with hesitation. "I'm not the guy you think I am. My parents have money. I don't need to pretend, but I do it because I hate the way people treat me." Her breath hitched. "You... you're not poor?" Ethan shook his head. My family's one of the wealthiest in the city, but I hated the idea of people liking me for my money. I hated the way people treat you when they know who you are. So, I've been pretending. I've been pretending to be just like everyone else, and I hate it." Mia's heart ached, a mix of emotions swirling inside her. Ethan was just like her, fighting the world's expectations. "I don't want anyone to like me for the wrong reasons," he continued. "I wanted you to like me for me. Not for my family, not for what I can buy you, but for who I am. Because I like you, Mia, more than I've ever liked anyone." Mia's breath caught in her throat. The weight of his confession hit her like a tidal wave. The boy she'd admired from afar, the boy who seemed so perfect and untouchable, was just like her. He was searching for something real, something genuine. She reached for his hand, her fingers trembling. You don't need to pretend, you never did. I like you, Ethan. I like you for who you are. For the first time that night, Ethan smiled, a full, genuine smile. You really like me? Of course I do, she whispered, her heart soaring. And right there, in the middle of the crowded gym, they shared their first kiss, the world around them fading away.